In today's digital age, online service professionals have unprecedented opportunities to build a successful career. More and more individuals are ditching their traditional jobs to go off on their own and start their own businesses. And all of those businesses need virtual assistants, digital marketers, copywriters, and eventually online business managers. However, more opportunity also means that there is more competition presenting itself. It's becoming increasingly difficult to stand out from all of the other online service professionals on the market. So if you want to find success, you need to find the right ways to get yourself and your offerings in front of the right people that are going to want to buy from you. And what is an excellent way to do this? Leveraging your professional community and engaging in things like promotions, collaborations, and just in general, being active about consistently growing and nurturing a network that will help you grow and get you in front of the right people and potential buyers. In today's video, we're going to dive into how you can fill your professional community with the right people. And once you have a solid network, how to leverage it to fuel your business success. But before we get started, I just want to say welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, we knew you'd be back for more. My name is Sarah Noquette, and my team and I here at OBM School specialize in helping people transform their virtual businesses as online business managers, no matter what professional background they may come from. And this channel is just one place where we share some of our virtual business golden nuggets of wisdom to help with that transition. For today, let's get ready to master and leverage our professional networks. So first off, let's dive a little bit deeper into why this is so important to grow and leverage your professional community as an online service professional. So let me paint you a picture here of why this is a huge non-negotiable. Let's say you are a freelance digital marketer who is looking to expand your client base. You're new to the business, so you really don't have the budget for paid ads yet to push your services out there. So what do you do to get in front of the right people? So cold outreach is always an option, but let's be honest, it's hard AF. So instead, you decide to actively participate in marketing professionals, Facebooks, and LinkedIn groups. And after a few weeks of engaging in discussions, you start to connect with seasoned digital marketers. Eventually, you receive a referral from one of those connections because they knew someone who could benefit from your services. And voila, you have a potential new client who, as long as they are in your niche and fit the status quo, can continue to refer you to all of their connections, racking in even more clients over time. Making connections with the right people will really help your business take off. It's like a snowball effect. You will not only receive mentorship and guidance from more experienced online professionals, but you will almost automatically gain access to their connections, which can result in business opportunities. So now that the why is out of the way, let's talk a little bit more about how you can build up your professional network. Now, you need to be cautious here because the last thing that you want to do is build a community that attracts just anyone. If you want to find the right clients and build lasting relationships with them, then you have to surround yourself and set yourself up for long-term success and surround yourself with people that are in your niche, in your area of expertise or interest, really not just anyone. And since I've already mentioned this a couple of times now, if you are interested in learning how to find your ideal client and or master client stability in your business, then make sure you check out these two videos, how to attract the ideal client for your business and client retention strategies for online service professionals. I'm going to drop those links for you in this description below. So let's go back to the question of how do you fill this and how do you build a community filled with the quote unquote right people? So take, for example, that digital marketer we talked about in the last example. That digital marketer found their community and their first clients by engaging in the right online community. Finding industry-specific forums and communities is a great way to connect with other professionals in your field of work. And you can even find potential clients like LinkedIn and Facebook groups are just a couple examples of what to keep an eye out for. Now, when you are looking for a group to join, make sure that they are active, that they are not just full of a bunch of spam, and demonstrate some Q&A activity where members are asking questions and having quality conversations and all of that good stuff. Once you find a good one, then just start contributing consistently. You want to make connections with new people. If they don't know that you exist, right? You can't make connections. So start posting questions, your ideas, answer other people's questions. I oftentimes will search for specific questions, as an online business manager. If people are asking about online business management or have a specific question around systems or operations, I am right in there. So you can actually, in a lot of these Facebook and LinkedIn groups, you can search for keywords and then answer people's questions. To add on to this, many groups or big names in the market will host webinars and live trainings and even weekly meetings, which provide an amazing way to get some face-to-face action, virtually of course, with people that you want to connect and learn from. Which brings me to another great way to make some connections, possibly my favorite way. And as an introvert, it's actually attending conferences. Again, don't just attend any conference, attend ones that are related to your field of interest. And the same domino effect will happen here. You make connections, you contribute to the conversation, and eventually you get referrals for job opportunities. It's a really simple formula when you think about it. And the last big way that we will cover in today's video that you can make connections with the right people is engaging consistently. So let me talk more about this, because I feel like everybody says this, but what are the actual things you need? So as an online service professional, you should have a business page of your own on Facebook or Instagram, and you can use that page to network and grow community and potential for opportunities in the same way that we've already covered. So you're going to want to post regularly so that when people come to your page, they take you seriously. And this is especially important as an OBM, because you need to walk the walk and talk the talk if people are going to want you to help them manage their businesses. Ideally, you want to post a mixture of inspiring and educational content that caters to your audience. Then to get the ball rolling, find other people on that social media platform in your niche and just start engaging, like comment, message. You will be amazed at how quickly you can grow your community this way and expand your opportunities for finding clients. And if you are an OBM, an online business manager, I will put this out there that inside OBM School and those who have completed our accreditation, our OBM accreditation, get on our OBM directory. And being on a directory, an industry directory, where in our case, we are promoting it, we are pushing ads to our directory, and it's over at obmschool.com/directory if you want to check it out. And if you're looking to find an OBM, head on over there. We have all kinds of great opportunities for matchmaking and internships for our OBMs, but it is a great place to be found by your ideal client. And on the other side, again, if you're looking to find an OBM, and a directory is a great place. Now, that brings me to the second half of what we're going to discuss today. And so now that we know how and all of these great ways to grow your professional network, let's actually talk about how to put this to use, right? I'm a practical kind of gal. The first and most simple way to use your network is for continued learning. I say this a lot, but online service providers are usually lifetime learners, lifelong learners, always aiming to improve our services, fine-tune our offerings, discover new tech that can help us streamline our business, our clients' businesses. And one great resource for continued learning is your network. As you are participating in online forums, as I mentioned earlier, don't just go through the motions and maybe get a new client out of it. Now, if you really want to leverage this resource, go in with the mindset to learn from it. Keep an ear out for the latest trends, new skills, or new opportunities that may present themselves in these groups. If it's an active group, you will be able to get something new out of it. Another way to leverage these communities is through collaboration. Now, you can use collaboration in a couple different ways, but I have found in my own experience that it is just incredible when you really create the right kinds of relationships for collaboration. And a little bit later, I'm going to dive into how you can dive deeper into your network's network. But let's talk about how you go about this exactly. So first, when you are in the process of finding an ideal connection for collaboration, you will want to keep an eye out for those who may be open to discussing collaboration, maybe not right now, but maybe in the future. For example, if you are on Instagram, you will no doubt will find and want to find someone who is in your niche, who posts actively, who engages back with your content, and maybe has a similar following count as you do, maybe a little bit more. After a month or so of collaborating consistently with this potential collaborator, you could reach out to them and see if they're interested. If they want to collaborate, you will want to position the offer as a mutually beneficial collaboration so that you can both gain new followers, clients, all of that good stuff. Once you've agreed that this collaboration makes sense for both of you, you're going to want to clarify the objectives or the goals of the collaboration. What do you both want to achieve and how? What are the expected outcomes and what role will each of you play in this? Some examples of collaborations that you could do on social platforms like Instagram are giveaways or contests where both of you would create some kind of irresistible package of services or products that both your followers would want. If executed well, this is a great way to get more exposure, gain more followers, and potentially more clients. On a larger scale, you could do a product or service collaboration where you and that other collaborator co-design a product or service that you can launch and sell together. This obviously would take more time and effort, but it could have a major reward if you create something that your combined audience really needs or wants. It could be something more complicated like this, or something as simple as a live collaboration. You can do a podcast or a webinar or host a Q&A, something that has the end goal of engaging and piquing the interest of both of your audiences. So it could be as simple as just going live, together with your Instagram platforms to your joint then communities. Okay, wow, that was a lot. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments below and I will answer those personally. But in the meantime, I hope that you can take all of this super juicy information and start putting it into action. If you do, I know that you are gonna definitely see some positive results. And if you're thinking, wow, I'm so ready for even more, then make sure to check out our other videos and subscribe so that you don't miss any that are upcoming. Hope to see you next time.